Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are consuming your time well. I am making it productive one. So, in the previous video, we have discussed regarding what is IT, what is ICT, and some introductory notes regarding information technology enabled services. So today we'll be discussing from information technology enabled services. As you can see on the screen, information technology that enables the business by improving the quality of service, that is information technology enabled services. I told you in the previous video too that basically ITES is improving the efficiency of an organization. If an organization is sound enough, they are taking information technology as an important aspect, and which is ITES is definitely helping them in various career options also, like you can use it in a call centers, in a payroll software management system, like whenever any organization is there, definitely the employees are working over there, and for their salary, for their payrolls, for everything, every data of each and every employee is there. For that we need another software or management system, which is a payroll system. Logistics management. Logistics means whenever any kind of delivery is there, right, delivery of products and services, right, so that is coming under logistic management. Revenue claims processing, medical billing. If you are going to the hospital or to pharmaceutical shop, so you are getting the bills in return, right, whenever you purchase any sort of medicines or related to that. So they'll be giving you the computer generated bill over there, right. In coding, that is information technology, making softwares, the back end programming language, that is the coding itself. Medical transcriptions, then legal databases. Before that, in courts and all, they used to use the typewriter, the old traditional things, but nowadays they are using the laptops, the information technology, they are having the printers with them, right. Before that they were writing on stamp papers and all, but nowadays it's bit IT enabled service. So legal databases are also there, where they are saving each and every whatever they frame, any agreement or any contract between 2 or 3 parties. So next is the back office operations. Content development. Content development is your digital marketing. That means content writing online, whatever data is written there, whenever you open any sort of website, the content is written over there. So that is content development and content management. GIS, geographical information system. You need information technology, you need internet access for the same. Web services, online web applications are there, like in every website, and in our school's website also we are having a web link for that. That is school's ERP, that is school pad, that is a web application, and human resource, HR services, etc., right. And above that, next is what are the different services being provided by ITES to the end users. End users are us. We are the end users who will be using, getting the benefit of ITES. That is medical transcription, customer relationship management and all, data entry and data processing, software development, data warehousing, IT help desk services and all, enterprise resource planning, etc., right. So this was ITES. Let me show you the ITES employers in India. Basically, I have a list. Yeah, you can see India's ITES employers, that is Tata Consultancy. So these all are there, which are basically taking care of all these IT enabled services which are providing to us, right. Infosys Technology Limited, Wipro, HCL, Tech Mahindra, Mphasis, NIIT, CMC Limited, and many more are there. Actually, just to give you a brief regarding this. And next is your BPO services. So BPO service is basically business process outsourcing. That means whenever any organization is there or any MNC company is there who is, producing a lot of products and all, their goods and all, but single company cannot, cover the whole area or many areas, but just to cover those or to reach to the doorstep of each and every person and to tell about their product, so they need some sort of outsourcing. What is outsourcing first? So basically I would like to tell you what is outsourcing. Outsourcing is something when an MNC company is giving their facilities and all, the complete transfer of all associated internal business process activities. That means once outsourced, one MNC company is transferring their access to the other company for only one product. That means the people, the facilities, the equipment, the technology, and other assets are no longer maintained internally. The MNC company will not take care of this. They will just give, the contract to other company. Then that company will take care for that single product, and then that company will, distribute each and everything. They will give the advertisements to others, right? They will give advertisements online, offline. Then will be their headache how to boost their product, how to reach to every person, right? So BPO also comes under IT services, as it is playing a vital role in like business performance in optimizing it. So some BPO services are there also, like financial and accounting services, taxation and insurance. It's there, you can see that on the screen. And let me show you other things too. This BPO service, yes. So BPO services is totally covered under healthcare and insurance, right? So healthcare and insurance, you might be getting calls from somewhere, please go with this insurance and all, or your parents used to get the calls from these companies, healthcare, insurance and all. The one example I'll quote here, that is Policy Bazaar. So they used to call, they used to send a message to you, and some other companies are also there which is taking care of online facilities for their customers. That is coming under healthcare and insurance. And for real estate, you might be getting, if you're interested in buying a 2 BHK or 3 BHK area or bedroom or house, you can go with this. The number is there, or they used to send you a message regarding this, our houses or the area or the per square feet, per square yard. Everything is written in the message. You just have to contact them. That is the real BPO services. Automotive, you used to get a message or the call, right? We are having a free service trial here. You can have a trial of a new car too. They used to call you. Telecommunications and logistics. Logistics and telecommunication, I told you before. Telecommunications mean communications through internet or networking, right? Or internet access. Logistics, that is delivering any of the product from one place to another. That is logistics, right? Let me tell you another thing, that is we have another chart of this BPO. First of all, the one part is customer report, another is technical support, telemarketing services, IT help desk. These all are there, which is going clockwise, right? Step by step, how these things are included in BPO. What BPO is, giving, what kind of service the BPO is giving to the customers. Form processing, the bookkeeping, accounting, data conversation, data entry, each and everything is covered in BPO, right? And next comes here BPM industry in India. BPM industry is the important thing. Let me show you here too. Yeah. You can see here BPM process, that is business process management industry, has been fueling India's growth. This is the booster of India actually. This is the one who is, being a big contributor towards raising the revenue and contributing towards the GDP. GDP is the gross domestic product. You might have heard the name. I'll be telling you shortly what is GDP actually. Gross domestic product is one which is representing the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced and sold on a market. Means at one time how many or how much product final goods and services are there and their final value, that is known as GDP. Basically it is calculated yearly, like typically for 1 year, right? And this BPM, business process management, is helpful. What are the benefits of this? It's there, you can see on the screen. Reduced risk, that means it is reducing the risk. It is giving the product safety also. It is improving the predictability. That means they have ample amount of manpower. They used to 24/7 available for improving the products, right? Superior quality. They used to have each and every level check of the product or the services. Whenever any customer is having any kind of query, they used to call. They used to just make a call, and they will give you best feedback or best acknowledgement for the same. Enhanced process consistency, greater brand protection, simplified operations, lower costs, right? So another thing is also there, that is, so BPO service industry is doing very much exceptionally well in India because of the following advantage. Advantage I told you here on the screen. It was in the image, but now some other are there besides those. BPO service providers in India invest in high tech hardware and software to deliver the best service, right? So government is also encouraging BPO industry in India by providing necessary logistic supports and all, that giving proper infrastructure. The area concerned, BPO industry in India is highly developed and capable of delivering numerous types of BPO service in exceptional quality, right? It is there. So now the structure of IT BPM, basically the structure of IT BPM industry. There are actually three main parameters for the same. That is multinational companies, right? The Indian service providers and global in-house centers. So multinational companies, let me show you what is actually multinational companies. So multinational companies, that they have their headquarters outside India also. They are but operating through multiple locations including India, right? Let me show you that how many multinational companies are there. See, the first one is the DHL. DHL is basically a primarily courier company, right? Next one is the Lotte, which is making sweet desserts and all, right? The chocolatey pudding cakes also is there. Samsung, you all know that. Next is Amazon, right? The Vodafone, yeah, these all are, and many are there who actually working outside India, and they are having small offices in India too, just to cater to external clients, but domestic or globally, both clients they want to cover. And next is Indian service providers, ISPs. Indian service providers started with their operations in India. Most of these organizations have their headquarters in India. Actually, these are the third party organizations which are helping other companies so that they could have better coverage of their product, right? They can globally or domestic, both, right? There are some that have focused on serving only the Indian clients, but they are Indian service providers, right? They are covering India also and across India, offshore India. Next is global in-house centers. These are the important ones. These are playing a vital role, right, in hiring IT professionals or skilled workers in India and outside India. Let me show you the companies which are taking care of these IT professionals. These are made for you, right? First one is the NESCOM. This one. NESCOM is the company which is dealing with this is the biggest online repository for IT professionals. They used to register themselves on NESCOM, NSDL, right? They used to have the NSR, National Skill Registry, is one of the web application or one aspect of NESCOM company, with which IT professionals are being registered, and at the same time wherever is necessary, they used to just see the list from that repository, and they set or map the interviews for the same, right? Next is Knowledgescape, Big Data, World YMCA, HGS, that is Hinduja Global Solutions, and many more are there. You can search on internet. These are basically the organizations which is catering to the needs of their parent company, right, only, and do not serve external affairs. And these are keeping IT operations in-house and at the same time take advantage of expanding their global footprint and offering opportunities for the innovations in a cost-effective manner, right? Cost-effective manner solely for the parent companies, those who want the IT professionals. And next comes your IT applications. So now, what is IT applications? Where IT is applied, simple as that. So wherever the IT is being applied, right, and many applications are there, many areas are there where these information technology basically applied, and this is it has become a part throughout the of everyday life, right? For a user, computer is a tool that provides the desired information whenever needed. This we already have discussed. What is IT, right? So wherever IT is applied, I'll tell you what. We are listening to the music, right? We are watching movies, we are playing games, doing office work, chatting, sending messages, managing daily planner, reading books, paying utility bills and all online bills, recharging, booking tickets, reservations, bank operations, transactions. These all are coming under IT applications. Computer and ICT is used in industries also, right? In professionals or professional life also, in industries, offices, in house too. So let us discuss it one by one, right? So the first one is IT in home computing. So in home, we used to say it as whenever we are having a computer, we used to call it as a PC, that is a personal computer, which is used to work at home, to do household accounting and all, playing games, surf the web or access to the web, using email, right? Creating or having music, pursue a range of other hobbies, like you wanna play online games, you wanna do the formatting and all, or you want to have the accounting applications in this, you want to manage your timetable, at what time you will be playing, what time you will be studying. You can make everything at your personal computers, right? You can play games, puzzles, many more. It's written over there. You can see the image how a child is playing games innovatively. You can have a puzzle games too for that. And next comes your IT in everyday life. Like in everyday life, you can see the image here. In everyday life, that is a kitchen, refrigerator is there, microwave oven, that all-in-one washing machine is there, right? And you have electronic chimney over there. That what is this? IT applications, information technology. The coding is done. You set the timer in microwave, and boom, the work or the food is got hotter in some seconds, right? It become fresh. In refrigerator, then also everything is there. Microwave oven, many other products using which have embedded software. Embedded softwares are the one which are having the coding at the back end. We can store all information about our important work, appointment schedules, and list of contacts in a computer and all. Computer therefore playing a very important role in our lives too. Next comes your IT in library. So what is IT in library? So let's take an example of our school, USPC family, USPC school, right? We are having a library there. Like many libraries are computerized. Our library is also a computerized one. We are having each and every student record in our computer, who is taking which book, right, when it was taken, when it was returned. That was a full-fledged keeping a track of books and the availability of the specific book. That was there. Computer software is used to issue and return the book, because we have the software there who is issuing the book to the students and to the teachers too, right? And whenever any student or a teacher is coming to return, like on that very moment, it will be recorded when it was returned, when it was issued, right? So each book in the library has a magnetic strip attached to it that is deactivated before the book, and this one is not in our school actually. This is the advanced version of the books, but we have the different codes. We have different numbers over there, which is quoted over there, like at the back on the book, where we can identify it. Next comes your IT workplace. IT workplace, information technology at workplace. Whenever any employee is working somewhere, right, so they are having their own workstations. These single standalone systems are known as workstations, basically. Workstations or terminals or computers, working computers, or nodes, NODES, right? So they are working with having their workstations with them. Whatever task is being assigned to them, they used to work it over there, right? And they are working very effectively over there. Next comes IT in education. This is the important one too. IT in education. Computer and information technology are extensively used in education for teaching, learning, and assessment. You can see the picture, and we are also having ICT in our classrooms, that is interactive touchboard systems, which you call usually as smart classes. We in our schools are having smart classes because in that we are having ITBS systems where the teacher is interacting with the students, right, explaining each and every aspect of knowledge via those smart classes, those ITBS, right? But here in the picture you can see that the students are also having their own systems at their places. That is also a good opportunity because they are doing it online. Whatever task the teacher is teaching, they are just writing it down, recording in their systems. That is a totally digital aspect. That is known as IT in education. Next is ICT in the classroom. Basically ICT, we are doing it here. There are many ways in which the ICT is used for education in the classroom, such as e-learning classrooms. We are having smart board presentations. The teachers are giving you the presentations via smart classes. Videos on experiments. Yes, we do have the Crocodile software too in those smart classes, and moreover the teachers are taking you out to the labs also, where you can have the virtual experiments or the practical experiments too. Creation of images and videos, they are making it, you all are making it, images and videos. You are having the ASLs, you are having the audio visual aids too. The frame by frame modules are there in your smart classes. Desktop publishing of magazines, letters and documents. This is something different, right? Desktop publishing of magazines, letters and documents. Do you make the documents there, right? Educational games are also there. Learning using the CD-ROM media and gathering educational information on the internet. You used to have the task given by the teacher, and you used to search it on internet. You gather the educational information via surfing over internet, right? This was ICT in the classroom. Next is education anywhere, anytime. That means 24/7. your education is available, right, anywhere, everywhere, at any time, because you have the smartphones. That is the biggest example of convergence. That means ICT, information and communication technology. You can make calls to, you can have access of internet to, right, simultaneously. That is why it's being said that education anywhere, anytime. All student in India and can access the NCERT book online. Not only NCERT book, but you can have, the access to other books too. You can, they have given example, because it was, ePathshala.nic.in, mobile apps, or NCERT, because these are the CBSE recommended websites. You can have other websites also, right? You can go with the Byju's, you can go with Vedantu, you can go with Bricks Maths competitive website, because it was also recommended by CBSE, right? Next comes here. Okay, one more thing is there. You can also contact a teacher or a trainer via internet to use WBT, that is web-based training. Webinars are there, right? They are just giving you what sort of information will be covered in that webinar, sort of seminars. But besides that, we are having web-based training module too. That means online tutor is there. He or she will teach you on there, and that way education has reached far-flung areas by reaching the unreached. That means wherever a tutor cannot go, or wherever this facility is not been set till now, can be done there easily, right? Teaching aids and media, right? ICT is used mostly as a teaching aid in schools, right? They are using pictures, animations, audiovisual aids, explaining the subjects through this, right? And it has become very easier to explain through these aids and media, making the lesson plan interesting. Before that, teacher used to, or whosoever want to make a lesson plan, they are just writing it down, and they are drawing. They are literally drawing, and that was very time consumable, right? Nowadays, with the, with some couple of minutes, they make their lesson plans more effectively, more efficiently, right, more presentable, obtain the information relevant to the subjects. Suppose you don't have any sort of book, you can go online, you can check for the subject book, even you can download it for the same, right? It is very easier nowadays for the teachers. Learning management system, LMS, that is being used by many countries to manage school systems. Basically, student or teacher can register himself herself on official website to access LMS and get many services from LMS, right? For student can be benefited by using LMS, as it can be used to learn lessons anytime, anywhere. That means you are having a secondary storage like a cloud, right? You'll be having your lesson stored there, and you can access it anywhere, anytime, right? At any place. You can submit the queries, you can have the queries, you can get the replies and all that. Comments, the forums are there. Whenever you used to see the YouTube or the Facebook videos, you have the section of feedback, that is comment section, right? The comment section or the forums, basically for your queries being made online. Participate into co-curricular activities via video. Video means you'll be making your video more interactive, monitoring the progress of their child by parents. You can have, with the help of LMS, because they will be giving you the application, you will be monitoring to the progress of the performance of your children, right? We are done with this, right? And next is IT in entertainment. IT in entertainment, I'll be explaining in the next video, because I think it's too long for this.